Jude Romano, the insurance goat, back in the podcast studio, Red Bank, New Jersey, and we opened up the door again because we got a special guest today, and he goes by Kevin Higgins, Stonefitt Performance. He didn't wear a hat today, and he actually did his hair.
And no vest.
No vest. How you doing, Kevin?
Good, man. Good.
Get a good look at those blue eyes. That's where all those members come from in Monmouth County, Route 35.
Good advertising.
Kevin, listen, obviously you're someone who has become a daily inspiration to me. Coming to your club and seeing the different culture that you guys have there. It's absolutely wonderful. So to be able to sit here and chat with you and allow our audience to learn a little bit about you today is really a great thing. So I'm just going to start off by asking you, how does it feel to be one of the most respected trainers, both for youth and the adults in Monmouth County, New Jersey?
Obviously it feels good to be in a position of influence where you can, obviously help people in terms of dictating their decisions. But I don't really think about it in that aspect. I kind of just, be as natural and who I am as possible. And then, if people want to live the same way in which I live and just, doing things to better yourself and sculpting your statue. And that's really all it is. And that's really the only way to influence. I don't push it on anybody. It's, I do what I do. I talk how I talk. I am who I am. And then if people want to join me and, on this journey of life, then so be it.
Amen. You know why I love what you just shared is because earlier on in the podcast, I would say probably well over a year ago, one of the big focus points I shared was just two simple words, was be you. Mm-hmm. And when you be you, the proper people would align with you. And actually, while we're sitting here, I see this tattoo on your left forearm.
Yeah.
Maybe we could share and show the audience.
Sculpture statue.
So what does that mean to you? I mean, obviously it means a lot that you have it on your forearm. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so sculpture statue, it originated from Stonefitt, obviously. So at a darker place, I guess, in my life when I was trying to figure out the business and figure out what I wanted to do and the direction in which I wanted to live, I heard a Michelangelo quote, and it was every block of stone has a statue inside of it. And inside, and it's the task of the sculptor to discover it. So basically, generally, you have to sculpt your statue. So every day you chisel your stone. In the moment of chiseling, you're not going to see the result, right? And in terms of like success, that's kind of the same embodiment of, it's the delayed gratification that someday you hope to look back and you leave in remembrance this statue that you're proud of, rather than like, just leaving it a block of stone. So every day it's just a self-reminder to sculpt my statue. Like, am I doing things to get me closer to my goal, or am I doing things that just making my stone rot?
That's deep. That's actually deep. I like that.
You didn't know that.
So see that tattoo has a lot more meaning.
Yeah, a lot more meaning. Yeah.
Kevin, I'm 41. You're 25.
Yeah.
A lot of people around my age bracket, older than you, younger than me, want to know, how a guy like you speaks so well, carries himself so well, runs a successful business. What would you say has been some of the biggest contributions to who you are and where you stand right now?
I guess just the way my parents raised me, especially like my father. My mother was too, but like I guess my dad just had that, like, in a world full of trends, be a classic. So like do the things that, like, just make us good human beings. Always do the right thing. Do what's important to you. Make sure everyone in the room is always comfortable, not uncomfortable.
Sure.
But just be like a position of power where you walk in and people feel your energy, and and just lead by example. The whole thing is lead by example. Same way like my dad woke up every day and went to work, 4 a.m. and then he'd work out actually at like 3 o'clock, and then he'd go to work all day, and then he'd come home, and then when he'd come home, he'd take us to basketball or take me to training, come back, and then he'd go work overnight at his dad's painting business. So to see like someone hustle and grind, and you see the things you're supposed to be doing as a man and as a person, it kind of just carried on throughout the rest of my life.
Well, that's great because, there are a lot of people out there who have really good mentorship, good parents, good mom, good father, show good examples, and they don't always turn out the best, right? So, kudos to you for following that direction. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, which sits really close to my heart, when I wake up, every day, one of the things that fulfill me most is knowing that I was able to help someone through mentorship without even doing it on purpose, where someone might say, hey, Jude, because of this post you put up, because of this video you put up, or because of this thing you shared with me 2 weeks ago, it's really helped me. It's helped me get through my day, through my week. It's changed the way I look at things. And so when people say, hey, Jude, like what fulfills you daily, it's not money, it's not cars, it's not restaurants. It's actually the ability to help people navigate through challenging times, right? And that makes me feel fantastic. So, knowing how that makes me feel, I would love to know what fulfills you when you wake up every day.
I guess the same, situation is just having the ability to impact so many lives. Because when you look at it, like you're in a position where you can generally change a whole entire generation. When I meet these parents or I train these kids, those kids are eventually going to be parents and then their grandparents, and I train their kids. So I'm in a position where I can change generations of people, and like in a way, a lot of the society thinks now and acts now like, I'm not completely, a fan of everything that they think. But, if I can make sure those kids are on the right path and doing the right things to be respectful young men, women, and just be better individuals. So to me, that's the most fulfilling thing, is like the ability to almost change the world.
Sure. That's I've been very impressed, and I've been watching how, how you and the team move a crowd. We have these events, right? We have Stonefitt games, Stonefitt Christmas party.
Yeah.
We just had a 5K over at Red Rock.
Yeah.
And to see the amount of people who show up with support, and it's almost like we have like this army behind us,
Yeah, no, you
right?
do.
And it's just such a
Yeah,
great
no,
feeling.
it is. It's special. It is special.
Yeah, and we can't take that for granted.
No.
We're just all one. But so you inspire a ton of people, a ton of kids who are playing football and sports. And then, I even watch some of the people in the gym when we're in class, and how you inspire them and how they worship you and think you're just one of the greatest people ever. Who inspires Kevin?
I guess probably my father. Again, he's someone who a lot of people probably count him out. He didn't graduate the ninth grade, dropped out.
Oh, wow.
So, where he was from too, like, coming up from no money, he had three of us and he was making $8 an hour. But to see someone hustle and work and, at one point even sell their own wedding ring just to make sure we were okay, and to see obviously them overcome everything and then install that, like, you really can do anything. Like, our whole entire life, it was just like, don't ever let someone's, perception become your reality. Like, you create and you determine my favorite thing was like, even the whole reason I started a business was like every time we went to go play a basketball game or football game, and like there was a big name we were playing against, and he would say the same thing. He'd be like, what, I don't want to curse or anything.
That's okay.
But he would say like, why can't you be that guy? Like, why can't you do that? And he would see these people in businesses. He'd be like, there's no reason that you can't be that person.
Oh, wow.
And I think just continuously saying it and like putting that in your head,
Sure.
it just like installed in me. Yeah, and then it manifested itself. And then like at a point where I was at my lowest and I was just trying to do anything, it was like, what, like, why can't I be that? Like, when you see someone who wrote a math textbook, why can't I be the person to write the book? There's the NASM, there's the ISSA, tons of different training certifications, and I'm thinking like, why did this guy create it? Why can't I create my own?
So interesting what you're sharing, because I literally had this conversation today with a coach, and we dialed in for about 30 minutes. So powerful. And one of the things we touched upon is that you literally could do anything you want.
Anything.
Anything.
It's crazy.
You really could. But here's the problem, and I don't know if I want to use the word problem, but not everyone understands that. There are people who feel, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, let's circle back right now to what we're about to do Saturday. I'm 41, you're 25. I'm 16 years older than you. I have never ran a mile. Maybe I ran a mile in 6th or 7th grade when you had to do it.
At the gym class test.
Right? Maybe that's the last time I ran a mile. I'm running 13.1 miles on Saturday, half marathon with you and the team. And that's just a very small example of the testament of what we just shared about you really could do anything you want. And guys, for the record, when did I start running? 4 months ago,
If that,
if
3.
that, right? We were running outside
Yeah.
Stonefitt.
And it
I
was like,
couldn't
are we
even.
really going to do this? Yeah.
Right? And it's not to say like, wow, Jude, it's so impressive. You're running a half marathon, but it's the idea of, you know, if you asked me 6 months ago, I would tell you no.
Yeah.
But then, how did it? By the way, let's just call her out. Who inspired me to run the half marathon? Let's call her out.
It's Danielle.
Yeah. What did Danielle?
Danielle actually said, and I put him in a group chat, and like verbatim, she was like, "There's no way he's gonna do this." And like, I think we made a bet. I'm pretty sure she owes you.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
We're gonna go back in that text.
Yeah, I'm pretty
message,
sure
yeah.
if you didn't do it, you had to buy her like a Hermes bag or something.
Yeah.
And like vice versa. She
Yeah, no,
owed
that-
you like a boys' weekend.
Right. No, that really was.
It was something like that.
She was like, "What are you doing signing up for a half
Yeah.
marathon? You can't run a marathon."
Yeah, she actually said he probably will die.
Yeah. When she said that, I swear on everything, I had a fire in my chest. I was like, so Danielle, thank you. When I run this half marathon this Saturday, you were my motivation.
Hey,
So
our
thank
partners
you for-
are supposed to motivate us. So that's a good partner.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing. Kevin, when people come to Stonefitt Performance, and whether it's a 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., I don't know what people come there in their mind thinking. I don't know if they think like, okay, this is just a place for us to focus on our fitness. This is a place for us to burn our calories for the day. I don't know what their thoughts are, but let me ask the guy behind the story, what does the culture of Stonefitt mean to you?
Just to create better mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, sons, daughters, whatever it is, just to create better individuals. And, the same book, Atomic Habits, of doing, the things that consistently make us better over time will make us better. When, you look back on it, same way you're, chiseling your stone, and at the end, your statue looks, the way you want it, and getting so many people to fall into the lifestyle of making fitness a part of their life, and not only that, just building good relationships and being better people. So a lot of times people walk around so miserable and angry. Maybe they only talk to such a small group, and now you're open. You're forced to do things that are uncomfortable. Like we get you to, hey, come join this run. Mm-hmm. Hey, come join this workout. Work out with this person, and you're forced to have different conversations, and you end up like having mutual interest, and that's where you develop like a pack and a team, and that's
Sure.
our, I guess, philosophy and I guess business model is like, I never sell the product and nobody sells the product, right? It's the people are the product.
Amen.
And that's the biggest difference I feel in terms of us and anyone else is, you're not getting just a workout.
Sure.
If you want to, proof's in the pudding, any workout works, right? If you follow a plan, anything's going to work. It's if someone has a secret key, cookie cutter program, but whoever brings the most out of us, and that's what makes people buy in.
Sure. Absolutely. I'm going to share something that actually took place while I was working out in a class. It might have been 3 or 4 months ago. And like for me, this was like everything. So at the end of class at Stonefitt, we typically do a 60-second plank.
Yeah.
And so 20 seconds in, I'm crumbling. The class is over, right? I can't hold myself up. And so to my left, I won't mention names, but there was a lady next to me, at minimum 60 plus.
Yeah.
And she's on her elbows holding that plank. And she looks over to me and she says, "Come on, Jude, you could do this for another 40 seconds. And so for whatever reason, I'm just like, if she's 60-something years old.
She could do it.
And she could do it.
Why
and
can't
she's
I?
telling me I could do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it.
Yeah, but that person you shared a cool experience with that
Yes.
made you better. And, and that's the whole culture of, I want to share an experience with you, doing something difficult that's going to make us better.
Yeah, no, it was for whatever reason, it woke me up. How do you want to change the industry?
I guess just, not become a franchise. I never want to do that.
Okay.
The goal is to, I guess, just like lead a whole generation of just better people. You know what I mean? It's not change the industry. It's how do you change the world? You got to think on a bigger global scale and just like, how can I influence millions of people? Not just in the fitness space, but even in the mental space, and just, doing things that are challenging and overcoming your fears and stepping out of your comfort zone. And the more people do that, they almost like step out of the matrix and like, wow, life is so much easier and better when you're not in like this rat trap of your thoughts.
Sure. No, that's super powerful. And I think this is why we probably align and have really good conversations, because what what I'm going to share with you right now, I'm super interested to see what's your feedback. So, one of my personal goals is I've been mentoring, leading, and coaching people myself over the last 5 years on accident, right? Because when I say on accident, I didn't realize that I was coaching
Yeah, yeah.
and mentoring these people. And every time I would get a really positive feedback message or a text message thanking me, in fact, I would share it with Shane, because I know that he really enjoys to see that good kind of stuff as well. So one of my personal goals is, I would love to over the next 5 to 10 years, um, really put that into an actual plan
Yeah.
where I can have some type of leadership program, for
Smart.
young entrepreneurs,
Smart.
right?
Yeah, I mean that's what you're trying to do now in a way.
Yeah,
You're trying to, the circle of excellence.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
that's what it is,
absolutely.
I don't know if you were launching that yet, or I
Yeah,
didn't want
no,
to
no,
just
that's
hard
fine.
launch it.
No, it's
But
not a
yeah,
secret.
yeah, no, but that's kind of the same model of, someone be like, the leader and, bring together people and make us all better individuals. And you
For
could,
sure, man. And someone asked me a question a few days ago. I'll keep it confidential because there is some confidentiality behind what's about to take place over the next few weeks. But they said to me, Jude, what amount of money would change your life? And so they started throwing numbers at me, and I wasn't really jumping at the number, and they were looking at me like in shock, like how would that amount of money not change your life? And then she just narrowed it down. She said, Jude, what amount of money would give you and your family everything you want? And then when she said that, it became more clear to me. I said, well, here's the problem. There is no amount of money that you can give me today or tomorrow that will give my family everything they want because we have everything we
yeah,
want,
yeah.
right? And so the next question was, well, Jude, if you were to win $5 or $10 million, what would you then do with that money since it wouldn't change your life?
Yeah.
And I've never been asked that question, but I thought quickly, and it made me feel amazing. Like I actually had chills reciting the answer to her, and I said I would take the money, a good portion of the money, a good not all of it, but a good portion of it, and I would create some type of fund for young entrepreneurs who have a really good story that they want to pursue, but they have a financial barrier that's stopping them from doing so, right?
Smart.
So, obviously vetted and whatnot, but if we found that there was an entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, who had a really good story, and the only thing stopping them was finance, we would fund them to make it happen.
Yeah. Glorified Shark Tank.
Yeah, I mean, but actually just
At a
like
personal level, yeah.
not shooting at it from a number perspective, but shooting at it like opening up your heart and understanding their
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So that was
That's cool.
yeah, that was really great for me. So Kev, young guy, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully speaking to, I guess my goal would be to speak at some type of massive event with at least 100,000 people. That would be like my ultimate goal. Almost like when artists go to Madison Square Garden, but like, not as big of a Madison Square Garden,
Sure.
but to hold some type of influence, because you see influencers all the time on social media. You blow up posting nothing really crazy, but how many people actually influence people to do the right thing and the best thing? Now you see kids just, walking up doing stupid stuff. And
Sure.
I'd rather be in the position where like people want to be around me to change their life,
Sure. Well, we just were at the Vince Lombardi event,
Yeah.
and I think there were some really good coaches and mentors
Yeah,
up
yeah,
on the
phenomenal
stage
ones.
that shared some really powerful stuff.
Yeah.
So something on that level, but maybe on a
Oh yeah, like a massive scale. Yeah, like a massive scale. Like, I want to create enough wealth to basically just make sure everyone in my circle is 100% taken care of, but then like extend it out. Like I want to do something in Middletown where I can, or every town honestly, where it's just like a safe haven for kids to go, like real events and sporting events and training, but that's not coming out of their pocket. It's something that I can just leave behind as that's my statue. That's what I want to be remembered as.
legacy.
Exactly, like leave a legacy.
My last and final question to Mr. Kevin Higgins, and this is the one I enjoy most. What keeps Kevin going?
I was waiting for this one. I guess just not being satisfied with where I'm at. I still see Vanessa, my girlfriend. She's been with me for a while. I still see her working really hard. My mother, my father, my siblings. So what keeps me going is how can I put them in a situation, where they're comfortable and safe, and then the people around me. And that's really the number one driving factor. That's why I do everything is to put the people around me in the best situation and the community in the best situation.
Amen. Jude Romano, the insurance goat, Kevin Higgins, Stonefitt Performance, class act, not saying it for the camera. Anyone who knows this guy would go to war for this guy. Nice guy. He's going to continue to build the community. Jude Romano, the insurance goat, keep going.
We're gonna blurge out the F bomb, right?
Oh, yeah.